Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Blind Gooner. Welcome to another show. Listen, I hope you're all having a wonderful morning so far. I'm having a great day. Apart from it didn't get off to a great start with some silly lady in the park when I took my guide dog out for a run. But that's another story. But listen, I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful morning. Big up to Kurt Fletcher already in the chat. Niggly, Twiggly, Wiggly. I know you're over there in Australia, so big up to you as well. I know it's probably getting pretty late there. You're in Sydney, so yeah, you're going to be catching on to early evening or late evening. But thank you very much for joining, everybody. I also just want to thank each and every single one of you who watched my deadline day stream. It was fantastic. So thank you to everybody who tuned in. Listen, it was fantastic, and it was a real success. Had a lot of fun doing that stream with guests like Kevin Campbell, Lee Judges, Dan Potts, Claude, and then a few of the other regulars as well. Like Simpy, Nitesh, and Sam Greenwood, and the Mr. Arsenal podcast, Ryan Fletcher. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed that. Really, really had a lot of fun doing that stream. And here's to the next deadline day. So here's to the next deadline day. And that's going to be the theme of today's video, if I'm being brutally honest. We're going to talk about Arsenal's transfer window and how it's been over the window, and have Arsenal had a good window. Listen, I am going to get into some of your comments and chats later on in the stream, so do keep sticking them in there. I will work my way through them. But yeah, have Arsenal had a good window? Let's break it down and look at the players we've signed. So we've got Aubameyang tied to a new deal. In my opinion, this was the most important deal of the window. Now I know we've needed to get players out, know we've needed to get players in, but this guy is relentless. Aubameyang, scoring pretty much every game. Ironically, since he signed that deal, he's only scored one in the last 3 or 4 games. But listen, still important to get him tied down to a contract. And I am really, really pleased that Arsenal managed to pull that off. For years, we have faced heartbreak of losing our best player, to rivals like Man United, Man City, Barcelona. You look at the players that have left us, Fabregas, Van Persie, Alexis Sanchez. Those are just a few of the names that have left us. You could go on with, Nasri, even back far as Thierry Henry. So yeah, it's really important that we kept hold of Aubameyang, and the club managed to pull it off. The club managed to offer him a new deal, and he signed, which is fantastic. I always say Aubameyang and Arteta are the 2 players that have bridged the gap between the fans, because before them 2 come into the club, the fan base and the club was so divided, it was unreal. It was completely disjointed. There was a lot of disharmony amongst the fan base. There still is. The fan base is still divided on a lot of topics surrounding Arsenal, with the owners, with the fact that we didn't get our signings done earlier in the window. So there is still a lot of division in the fan base. But on a whole, Mikel Arteta and Aubameyang have done their jobs and brought the fan base together. And, Mikel Arteta's had a great start. And, listen, we all know about Aubameyang. What I'm also pleased about is that Arteta has got us believing again. He's got us believing for moving in the right direction, and that is fantastic. There's no other way around it. There's no other better thing than believing again. And as a fan base, we are starting to believe again. I feel like we're starting to believe again anyway. I'm certainly starting to believe again. So yeah, big up 5 people currently watching live. Do smash the like button, everybody. I'd really appreciate that, and do hit the subscribe button. So listen, let's go into some of the signings that we have made. Now, I know we've made some youth signings as well, but listen, they're not going to be in contention to get into the first team. So I'm purely only going to look at the first team. And, you know, we got Gabriel in my opinion, was a fantastic signing. We needed another centre-back, even though we've got 8 centre-backs on the window. Sorry, we got 8 centre-backs currently at Arsenal. So we needed another centre-back, and we did that. We got that in Gabriel. Let's move ahead to look at, we got Willian for free on a Chelsea. Listen, a lot of people were dubious about that because we were getting Chelsea's cast-offs again. But listen, Willian's a quality player. He still has quality to offer us. And, you know, I think that's fantastic. Yes, guys, I am going to get onto the main guy, the big guy, Thomas Partey. Don't worry, I'm going to get there. And then we signed, who else did we sign? We signed a lot of deals as well. So, you know, we signed people up to long-term deals. You know, you look at Bukayo Saka, you look at Pablo Mari, you look at Martinelli. You know, all those guys, we got them onto long-term deals. Cedric Suarez as well onto long-term deals. So that's fantastic. And we got Ceballos back on loan. That was fantastic as well. And then obviously the big man, the main man, that is Thomas Partey. We needed a Thomas Partey for ages. You know, we haven't had a proper defensive box-to-box midfielder because he can do both. He can play box-to-box and he can play defensive. And we haven't had that since Patrick Vieira, in my opinion. So to pull off a Thomas Partey is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And kept us going right there. You know, 1 minute it was on, next minute it was off, next minute it was on again. Then it didn't look like it was going to happen. And then on deadline day, everything just had an utter madness where at 1 p.m. UK time, the news started to break that Arsenal were triggering that release clause. And yeah, the rest is history. And I'm buzzing. I am proper buzzing that we got Thomas Partey. Like I said, we've needed a player like that for ages, absolutely ages. And I think he'll bring a lot of steel into that midfield because let's be honest, our midfield at the moment was looking threadbare, you know, not lacking creativity. El Neni and Xhaka not really up to the part, you know, not really up to the you know, not really up to the scratch. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm so glad that we got this deal done. I'm so glad that we pulled it off, that we got this deal done. So yeah, it's fantastic. So yeah, listen, guys, I'm really pleased. Guys, listen, I'm going to have to mute for just 2 seconds. Apologies for this. I've got to get the door. So listen, guys, don't go anywhere. The beauty of live streaming. But yeah, I'm just going to have to mute for 2 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Put your comments in. And yeah, I'll be right back, guys.
Side. Thank you.
There you go, guys. I'm back. So yeah, where was I? Yeah, I was talking about Thomas Partey. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I was talking about Thomas Partey. So yeah, I'm really pleased that we got this guy in. You know, I'm buzzing that we got this guy in, and there is a but though. You know, there is a but, and that but is outgoings. Outgoings. You know, and we needed to get players off the books, and I feel like that's where the window kind of lets it down a little bit. We've not got players off the window, off the books. You know, we've got an inflated squad. You know, we've got 8 centre-backs at the club. Maybe not. I think it might be 9 with Gabriel, but 8 or 9 centre-backs at the club. You know, we've got Kolasinac that needs to be off the books. You know, we've got other players that just needed to be off the books. And I don't feel like we've done that, if I'm being honest. I don't feel like we've got enough. Look, we know that Kolasinac was set to join Bayer Leverkusen for a permanent deal. That fell through on deadline day itself. You know, the only really sale that we done was Martinez. And, you know, we got 20 million for him. And then obviously Guendouzi went out on loan, which was fantastic. You know, nice to see him go out on loan. You know, not really worked out under Arteta. But as for other sales, guys, we've not really done anything. Not really done anything at all. So that, for me, in my opinion, lets the window down. Lets it down for me a little bit. So yeah, it's a very tricky window. You know, a very tricky window. We know that. We know that it's hard to get players out. We know that it's tough getting players out the door in this COVID situation, with this COVID situation rather. So yeah, it's a little bit tricky for me. You know, to give more than a 6 or 7 for this window. So I'm going to give my rating, and I'm going to say maybe 6 or 7 for this window. Maybe 6.5. I'm going to go with 6.5, because although we did address key areas that we needed to, and we'd done what we wanted to, we didn't get enough players off the books, which leaves Arsenal with another potential problem, guys, because we're only allowed to register 17 non-homegrown players, and we've currently got 19. So what does Arsenal do? The talk is that 2 of those players aren't going to be registered. Now, who are those players? You're looking at Mesut Ozil possibly being one of them, which, could you imagine, our highest earner at the football club, who's on 350 grand not being registered to play in the season.
It's not very warm down,
so you could... Yeah. So you could imagine, you know, the absolute meltdown that would have if Mesut Ozil is not registered to play. And I don't really know who would be the other guy. You're potentially looking at Socrates, maybe not being registered. But yeah, Arsenal have got a dilemma. They've got to think about who is going to be the next player to not be registered, because at the moment we're really struggling. We're struggling now. We've got an inflated squad still, which is why I kind of rated the window 6.5, because we have got still a lot of deadwood at this club, and it's left us with a bit of a dilemma with non-homegrown players. So let me know what you guys think in the chat about the non-homegrown player situation. Who would misses out for you? Listen, guys, I'm going to get into some of your chats now. There's currently 5 people watching. There's not really many of you watching this morning, but listen, it's absolutely madness. But I do want to thank you all again, for those of you who joined late. I do want to thank you all for checking out my deadline day stream. Listen, it was a madness. It was an utter madness, the deadline day stream. You guys were fantastic. So yeah, the channel's really grown. I've gained nearly about 30 subscribers in that one day. So that's massive for my channel, and thank you all for tuning in. So yeah, I'm going to take some chats and comments, and let me know your thoughts and feelings. Like I said, Kurt Fletcher said Ozil number 1. Not entirely sure about that, to be honest. Niggly Twiggly Wiggly says Ozil is trying to get loved. Do you know what, right? I've seen that. Apparently he wants to pay Gunnosaurus his wages. I saw that he wants to play Gunnosaurus's wages, which it's a great gesture, but you can imagine how it's going to go down with the club. The club's not going to take that too kindly because it's just going to make them look even more bad as a club. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens there. Big up Omar, he said, hope you're well after doing a 12-hour stream. Yes, mate, I am perfectly well. I am really, really well. I had a lot of fun on Monday, really enjoyed it, loved all the guests coming on, loved all the contribution in the chat. Absolutely amazing. So thank you, guys. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, Niggly Twiggly Wiggly says hi again. Omar says decent window. Party superb signing. Yeah, I agree, but I still think we should have got more off the books. Just goes to show how much deadwood we actually had as well, because nobody was going to buy it. Yeah, 6.5, so 6.5 again. Omar's going. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. In the chat, very quiet today. Listen, it was an absolute madness. You kind of find that as well. You do a massive stream that's successful, and then after it goes a little bit quiet. But it is what it is. I'm happy. I'm happy with what we've done in the window, and I thoroughly enjoyed my deadline day stream. And I just wish we could have got some more players off the books and got that creative midfielder in. But I keep saying to you guys that you can't get everything done in one window. You can't expect us to do everything in one window. You look at the COVID situation, you have to take that into consideration as well. And the likelihood is we were never going to get everyone done in one window. So it's going to take 2 or 3 windows to fix this mess at Arsenal. And we had a good start with this window. Hopefully, maybe in the next window, we can do that. Maybe getting an OR and maybe getting another right back and get some of these players off the book. So, yeah, listen, we were never going to fix it all in one window. And to do what we've done is fantastic. We've got a lot of good talent on some long-term contracts now. Parties coming on a long-term contract. The main man, Aubameyang, signed. So, yeah, it's actually positive for once at Arsenal. There are still lots of negative aspects in the club. We know that. There's lots of negative aspects in terms of what's going on upstairs and all the politics of it all and that. But listen, we have to be positive of what's going on the pitch and what's going on, going forward. We've got 3 wins out of 4, which is fantastic. Great start to the league. And now we've got Partey in. I think we'll be more comfortable at the back defensively. Maybe lacking a little bit more creativity, but it is what it is, isn't it? It massively is what it is. And we just have to accept that it is going to take a little bit of time. And I'm so glad now that the transfer window is closed because we can focus on the football. I'm just gutted that there's an international break because at the end of the day, the international break is boring. I would have loved to have seen Partey come in and smash it straight away. And the first game he gets to play in is Man City, away at Man City. So that's going to be interesting for him, isn't it? That's going to be massively interesting for him. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out and whether he gets picked to start on Saturday week against Man City. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. It is going to be massively interesting. And, we're going to have to wait and see, get behind the team. We're going to have to absolutely get behind the team. So, yeah, we're going to have to wait and see. Big up D-Fan. He said, great stream. Thanks, mate. He said it would have been great if we'd had 2 midfielders as well. Yeah, I do think we should have got a creative midfielder in. But listen, as I just said there, we can't do everything in one window, and we have to be patient. So yeah, we've just got to be a little bit more patient with things going on. What's happened here?
Sorry, Alice. No, sorry, girl.
My speech has crashed. Give me 1 second, guys. I have no idea what's going on with this. There we go. Where was I? Yeah, I was at B-Fans comment. So yeah, we can't do everything in one go. Pick up Simpy. Yeah, smash the likes. But yeah, listen, it is what it is, guys. We'll just have to wait and see, you know, how the rest of the season plays out. But the signing of Partey, what it does is it brings a lot of positivity, to the club and to the season moving forward. The only other gutting thing is that fans can't be in the stadium, but it is what it is. You know, he won't get a welcome as much as he would have done if there was fans back in the stadium. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens there, don't we? We'll just have to wait and see when fans are allowed back in the stadium. I'm sure when the fans do return, he'll get a massive welcome. A massive, massive welcome. So it is what it is. Listen, guys, I am going to wrap this stream up now. I wanted to come on and do a quick roundup of our transfer window. I will be back later with another stream. I'll probably be about 4 p.m. with that stream. So I'm going to do a Q&A. I'll do a little bit of a Q&A for you guys. Since there is no football on, there's nothing really to look forward to. Also, as well, I'll talk a little bit about the Sheffield game, because in the excitement of all the transfer window, I've not given any proper review to the Sheffield game. So I'll talk a little bit about that in the Q&A as well. Talk a little bit about the performance, because, yeah, the kind of deadline day and the transfers kind of took over that. So I'll just quickly run through that. And then at the weekend, I'll plan another Arsenal quiz as well. So I'll do a quiz with the guys. I'll get a few of the guys on and plan a little bit of a quiz, seeing as there's no football because of the international break. And yeah, I ain't gonna do no international break watch along for the England game or anything, because watching England is fucking boring. Let's be honest with that one. But listen, it is what it is. It is what it is. But listen, leave your comments down below when this video goes live, you know, about what your rating is for the transfer window. I'm going to be back at 4 p.m. with a bit of a Q&A, and I'll take some of your questions. It can be about Arsenal. It can be about transfer window. It can be about going forward during the season. It can be about where you think we'll finish in the league. So have a little think about what questions you want to do. Keep smashing that like button, guys. Would really appreciate that. And listen, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining my deadline day stream again. I want to thank each and every one of you for checking it out. It's been fantastic. You guys are absolutely amazing. So yeah, I'll be back at 4 p.m. or I may do it at 6 p.m. actually. 6 p.m. is probably a better time, because I know there's a lot of people, you know, with school and work and stuff. So I might do one at 6 p.m. or between 6 and 6:30 actually. Actually, scratch that. Do you know what? We'll make it 7 p.m. That'll be a good time to do it. So yeah, I'll be back at 7 p.m. tonight with a Q&A. So yeah, do look forward to tuning in. Do look forward to you guys tuning in. But yeah, do smash a like on this video. Do keep subscribing. Much love to you all out there, and thank you all for your love and support back. And yeah, I'll chat to you all later. Come on, you Gunners.